the next big war, maybe Taiwan, 30,000 foot view. Let's talk jammers, weasels, air superiority, BVR, visual engagements, CSAR. What's the next fight? What does that look like? Near peer adversaries, so on and so forth. You guys are much smarter than me, so go high level.
I don't know if it's very high level. I don't know
70,000 foot view.
Weird. That's where the classified stuff starts. But I'm kidding. But the first off, the smarter may or may not be true, but I have a little bit of a different view. Like I've gotten the opportunities to kind of brief some of these plans and be a part of some of these mission plans and O plans, if you will, operational plans. I'm always skeptical of planning for something that I know would be geopolitically catastrophic for the world. And so when what does the next fight look like? I think it is going to be as limited as humanly possible to have a tomorrow is probably what it's going to look like, more than likely. But if we go with what a lot of people think and what you have to plan for of all out, like full scale conflict and war, it is going to be human loss of life of which we have never experienced ever. And it's just it's going to be terrible. And the thing about it is just like, when you look at paint a nice rosy picture for you guys.
This is fun. All right. It was a great night, guys. We'll see you later. Yeah.
but I'm smiling about it, but it's just like, that's my thing. It's just like, nobody wants that. Like nobody does. That's not good for anybody. But so it's like a little bit of as far as like how this whole thing is going to work. I do think that in the event that you could do it to be as limited as possible to make it have a tomorrow, non-lethal fires are going to be a huge thing. So we're talking jamming and things done not in the air domain, and things like on the ground that don't have any human interaction or human touch associated with it. I think it's going to be a different kind of warfare than we've ever seen, which can have the same type of effects on a country because it's so interconnected these days. But as far as like the air war, it's going to look like a lot of other air wars because everything is to the point where if everything is low observable, then no one sees anybody and everyone then becomes visual. And then you're back in World War II with 80 airplanes all in the piece of sky that are doing stuff. And it might actually look a lot more like 1945 than it did like 1991 and 1998, 99. So like that's the kind of stuff that I think it's going to look like personally. But in all reality, I think the next fight is going to look very different based on the geopolitical connectivity between all threat countries involved, if you will. That's my take on it.
It's pretty smart.
Yeah, I defer to Flash.
Yeah, that was way more intelligent of an answer than I was going to give.